Hey everyone, welcome to Mr. Holland's Classroom. Today, I'm just going to take a quick moment to explain what you're doing in today's math lesson. So, it's not really a math lesson as much as it is a review. So, what we're doing is we're going to be practicing all the skills that we've learned in this chapter, and then we're going to test ourselves. And we're going to take a test tomorrow to see what exactly we did learn. What didn't we learn? What do we still need help with? What do we still need to work on? Those types of things. So I just wanted to go over the activities that you're going to be doing today. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to see these numbers. And now this is probably the easiest part because we've been practicing writing numbers quite a bit. So you have to trace the number, then you write it on your own, and then you do it a couple more times. I would say 2 or 3 over here. So do 1, 2, 3, 4, and if you could fit 5, there you go. So you have done it 5 times for each number. So you do 0 through 5, then you do it 6 through 10, and don't worry, you can do this. I know you guys can. And then we're going to get into the review part. So when we look at this, we have to follow the directions. So the first thing it has you do is use a black crayon to circle the basket that has 7 pieces of fruit. Now the word is 7 is on there, so if you know how to read the word 7, you'll find it. Otherwise, just count. You guys know how to count objects, so you have to look for the one that has 7 fruits in the basket, and then you circle it with a black crayon. Then you get out a purple crayon and you circle the basket that has 8 pieces of fruit. So again, count the baskets, and if you count it and you stop at 8, then you know that there's 8. Then you need to use a green crayon to count and circle the basket that has 9 pieces of fruit. And then you're going to use red to circle the basket that has 10 pieces of fruit. So there's going to be, I believe, 4 baskets that you need to circle, and there's going to be 2 that you don't. So don't get tricked. Make sure you're counting properly, and you know you can do what I do. You could just cross each object off so you know that you counted it instead of counting over and over and over again, okay? So be careful with that. It's an important skill. Then you're getting into the concept check. So you're counting the objects and writing the number. Count the objects, write the number. And then at number 2, you're going to do some ordinal number practice. So you need to draw a box around the 4th chicken from the food. Remember, they're going in a certain line, so you need to see where the line's going. You start from the front and then count back to 4th. Then it says to draw an X on the 5th chicken and then draw a line under the 1st chicken. Okay? Then we're getting into using 10 frames. And I actually made a video about this on my YouTube channel. So if you haven't checked it out already, go ahead and check it out. I'm going to be posting it next week in our class. But they want you to count the apples in the tree, and then color a box for each of those apples in the tree. So you might not fill it all the way up. Maybe you fill it all the way up, but you need to make sure that you're counting and marking as you go so you get the right number. And then for number 4, right down here, this one, it says count the apples that are on the ground and then color one box in for each of those apples. And so it didn't say color in the whole 10 frame, it said color in a box per apple and then write that number down. So circle the number in the group. So after you get both numbers, you write them both down. They want you to circle the one that is greater than. And then it says at the bottom, after you draw an X on or draw a circle around the group that is greater than, they want you to draw more apples to make the groups equal. So you'll probably have to figure out, well, are there more apples in the top or are there more apples on the bottom? And wherever there are more apples, you can draw more apples there afterwards to do it. And maybe you could pick a different color apple, like yellow or green, just so that you could tell which ones were there, which ones were not there. So that should be pretty much it, except for this. Oh, yeah, this one would be important. So this is the last thing you're going to do. And what they want to show is you practicing your skills, showing one more. So they have the crayons there. They want you to count the crayons and say the number. And then they want you to draw one more crayon and then write that number down. So if this is the first number, they want you to add one more crayon and then draw the number that would be one more than that number. So be careful with those. And then down here for number 4, they want you to draw dots on the paper to show one more than 9. So you'll draw 9 dots, and then you'll put one more, and then write down what number that is. And that should be it. You guys, if you really want to do the performance tasks, you can. But that you don't have to do that per se. It's just practicing some of the basic skills, like you know how to draw the lines down to match the object. You know how to do that. So if you want to, that's the bonus. Awesome. If you don't have time for that, then just focus on the review questions and things like that, because those are all important skills that you're going to need to pass this test. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, you guys know where to reach me. But until next time, I will see you all later. Bye, everyone.